It's the matchup the entire NFL world wants to see. I'm John McElroon, Detroit Lions on SI. It's the Lions and the Eagles, primetime, Sunday night football. It's going to cap off a slate of games that everybody's really excited about. For the Detroit Lions, it's a contest that really is a litmus test. Everybody's talking about the Lions and the Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles are the defending Super Bowl champions. They got 2 rings under the leadership of Howie Roseman, really an organization that a lot of teams could strive to be like. But for the Detroit Lions, they operate a little bit differently, really heavily focused on building through the draft and keeping their own players, not as aggressive in terms of the trade market this year. And for the Detroit Lions, they're looking to really go into Philadelphia and showcase what they're all about. It's a football team that should have confidence offensively due to the game that they just had against the Commanders. Jared Goff's going to lead a squad that has a sheer plethora of talent with Jahmyr Gibbs, with Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams. But the Lions are coming in a little bit battered, dealing with a myriad of injuries in the secondary. Sam Laporta did not practice all week, so he's also dealing with a back injury. So for the Detroit Lions, it's going to be a challenging contest dealing with some key players that are dealing with some injuries. Now, I think the key facet is going to be what people are going to pay attention to is the battle in the trenches. I think the interior of the Eagles defensive line is one of the game's greats. How do the offensive line handle the sheer pressure that the Eagles can command without really having to blitz? The key addition for them has been Jalen Phillips, the trade made around the deadline by Howie Roseman. And he's a player that in the game against the Packers, you saw what he was able to do around the football, pestering Jordan Love. So it's going to be a key matchup to see how the Lions offensive line handles Vic Fangio's defense. And for the Lions offense, you recognize that Jahmyr Gibbs has to have a solid game. The offensive line has to play well. Jared Goff has to get the football out quickly. For the Lions defense, I think there's going to be some key areas to pay attention to. How well does the Lions defense stop and limit Saquon Barkley? The Eagles are also dealing with some issues along their offensive line, but they're also generally considered healthier coming into this contest. The issue is going to be, does Jalen Hurts get the ball to A.J. Brown? The definitely boisterous and, dramatic wide receiver for the Eagles, definitely letting his feelings known that when he doesn't get the ball, he doesn't seem to be as happy. Is this a game where, because of the fact that the Eagles didn't have the best offensive performance against the Packers, does that mean a breakout game offensively? You clearly understand the deep threat and the explosiveness at times. When Devonta Smith gets hot, he can get rolling. But to me, I think the key players to try and stop are going to be Saquon Barkley and the tight end Dallas Goedert. That's going to be key. I think that Jalen Hurts has found a safety valve in his tight end and a veteran who definitely understands how to play that position and, quite frankly, excels. So for the Detroit Lions, they have their hands full. It's going to be a difficult contest to win. But I think based on the strengths and the way in which the coaches are going to battle each other, I think it's going to be a game won on the ground, 2 teams trying to establish the run and establish that supremacy throughout the course of a game. And so I think the offenses will have flow, and it could be a quick pace game, a game in which the possessions offensively for both squads are limited. And I do kind of believe it's a race to 20. Who wins that race? I think it's the Detroit Lions winning this contest by a margin of 21-17, 20-17 in that realm. Close game. Might be one of those games that ends up being decided by who has the football last. For the Detroit Lions litmus test, they want to earn their 7th victory of the season. They do not want to fall behind 3 games in the NFC standings, and they want the best opportunity to earn the number 1 seed. And it starts with a key matchup, Sunday Night Football against the Eagles.